Hi everybody, welcome back to Joe's RC Corner. We're on part 10 of the Super Chipmunk build. The plastic fuselage, and I think I'm figuring out a little bit of some of the issues I'm running into with how the wing meets up with the plastic fuselage. So with that, we're starting to move forward and try to start getting ready to start gluing this on permanently and try to get some final shaping. So I'm going to get one side more or less mounted the way it needs to be mounted first, and then once that one's mounted, take the other half, start feeding that into it and aligning it with the other side of it. So that's the plan. The other thing I'm also going to be working on today is we're going to be taking a look at the firewall. So the firewall was originally modified or originally built to house a gasoline engine and have the fuel tank come out through this hole up in the front here. So what I've done is I went ahead and filled that gap with a piece of hardwood. I'm going to sand that down flush with the fuselage, with the firewall, and make that nice new area to drill a hole out for the mount. So that's already glued in place. That's nice and hard now. I've filled the gaps, made sure it fit nice and snug. The other thing that I also went ahead and done and completed here, and this was on suggestions from a couple of viewers, is regarding the hole, the battery mounts here. So I went ahead and put some air vent holes in there to allow some cooling to happen on that battery during runtime. There isn't going to be a whole lot of airflow coming into this fuselage in flight. Most of it's going to be hitting this firewall. I might put some extra vent holes somewhere. I haven't fully decided on that yet once the motor's mounted. And then also we're going to be taking a look at how this canopy section here is going to need to be trimmed, because I'm thinking what I might end up doing is just do a full flat surface underneath the canopy when it mounts down on there, and then have the detail of where the instrument panel is in the canopy opposed to here. So with all that, that's the kind of the next steps. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I got to sand this down, and we'll get the motor mounted, and we're ready to start moving forward from there. Okay, so what you just saw me finish up here in the time lapse is I went ahead and fiberglassed the front end of this aircraft with 30-minute epoxy and 3/4 ounce fiberglass, and it's not for any strength or anything. It's mostly just to tie it all together. So this will give it a nice finish up in the front here. Tie all the firewall area together since I had to add a piece in there. And like I said, just tie it together, not really adding any specific strength. The epoxy resin is not really necessary since it's not a nitro engine or a gasoline powered. It's going to be electric, so it's not really for protecting it from anything as well. Like I said, it's just to tie those pieces together, make it one piece, nice and strong, and so that way if there's any flexing at all, it's not going to fall, you know, it's not going to break any of the glue joints. So that's really the entirety of what that's for. I'll go ahead and pull this pin out here so it doesn't get glued in with this. Make sure that is down flat because I want to tie that with the rest of the airplane. There we go. Go ahead and pull this out. And you know, we don't want to add too much weight either, so anytime you can use a paper towel to try to get some of that excess out of there while it's curing will be good for it in entirety of the aircraft. So there you go. Try that out. And then once this is cured, we'll be able to just take a sander to it and kind of get the all that excess fiberglass off the edges. Very easily to sand it. And then what we're going to do next is not really going to get into the fuselage today to finish up any of those parts. So what we're going to do is we're going to clear off the work surface while this is curing. And I'm thinking we're going to take the elevators, the rudder, and the horizontal stabilizer, and we're going to fiberglass those today. So that way they're completed. I'm probably going to start fiberglassing the horizontal stab as well, get that completed. And then we'll kind of go from there. So stay tuned, guys. So today we did accomplish some things on the Super Chipmunk. We didn't get a whole lot done, but we did get something done. And that's really the key to it, is to knock out a little bit at a time. So today we finished fiberglassing the elevator, the rudder, the vertical stab, and we also went ahead and fiberglassed the firewall on the aircraft. We got the blind nuts mounted into the firewall for the electric motor, so those are all set. We put holes, thanks to your suggestions, we put holes in the electric and the battery boxes to allow some air to go over those batteries. So next week, I think what we're going to be doing is mounting that motor permanently this time, and starting to look at how the ESC wiring is going to go, so that way we can finalize the mounting of the fuselage sides to get them nice and smooth and get them glued on permanently. Some of the viewers have been asking about whether the fuselage sides are removable. That is an option in this build, that they can be removed by just using the double-sided tape. However, I think I'm going to end up gluing those on permanently. I'm going to use the double-sided tape, and then I'm going to use a little bit of this plasti weld to weld those two plastic halves together. Maybe cut out a couple of thin strips of ABS plastic to go over the seam to make it one. So keep an eye out for that next video. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button. One last thing, guys. Visit my Teespring store and visit my webpage. Purchase a t-shirt. Help support Joe's RC Corner. I want you guys to enjoy the channel, and I want to bring you guys more great content, more builds, more flights. And if you're interested in RC cars, next week we're going out to the RC track. So keep an eye out for that video as well. So like I said, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the bell so you get notifications of the next video coming out on the Super Chipmunk. Have a great day, guys. Thanks again.